Alright, so we're going to graph three lines, and the three lines are going to make a triangle. So graph the three linear equations to determine a triangle. Then state the ordered pair. You want to state the ordered pair x comma y for the vertices of the triangle. So we'll talk about the vertices once we draw the three lines. So let's go ahead and graph this first line. So we'll start with our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is 4. And then our slope is 1/3. So we go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, down 1 to the left 3, down 1 to the left 3. And let's draw our line. And then let's go ahead and draw the next one. This one has a y-intercept of 2. A y-intercept of 2. And it has a slope of negative 1/3. So down 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the right 3, up 1 to the left 3, up 1 to the left 3. Let's draw this line. And then our last equation is y equals negative x plus 4. So this one has a y-intercept of positive 4. So it shares that dot. And then negative x. So when you have a negative x as a slope, that just means negative 1x. So our slope's going to be negative 1 over 1. So go here, and now go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. Okay, and so now let's graph this line. And so what happens is these three triangles are going to cross, and they make this triangle here. Okay, so we have our three lines, they made the triangle, and so now the next thing we have to worry about is we need to find the vertices. Well, the vertices are where the lines cross. So there's one here, there's one here, and there's one here. So we're going to have three ordered pairs as our answer. So let's go ahead and do this one first. So the first one's going to be over 3, up 1. So 3 comma 1. The next one, we'll call this one 2. Now it's up here, so I don't need to go left, I don't need to go right, so I'm going to stay at 0. And I'm going to go up 4. And then the last one over here is to the left 3, so negative 3, positive 3. So those are the three vertices of the triangle. Alright, let's look at our next example. Write the equations of the three lines that form the triangle. Write your equations in slope-intercept form. So we have our three lines. We have our yellow line. We have our blue line. And we have our green line. So we'll start with our yellow line. And so all our equations are going to be in slope-intercept form. So we want to have them look like y equals mx plus b. So for the yellow line, we want to figure out where it touches the y. So it touches right here. And so it's going to be plus 2. Going to have the x, And so now we need to find out the slope. Well, to figure out the slope, all we need to do is go between 2 points. We're going to figure out how much we rise, we're going to figure out how much we run. So you can see that we went up 2 over 6. And so our rise over run is 2 over 6, which reduces to 1 over 3. And now if you go back to the left dot and go up 1 over 3, you land on the y-intercept. So that means our slope is correct, up 1 over 3. It'll always land on the line. So for our yellow line, our first line, our equation is y equals 1/3 x plus 2. Now this is a good time to pause the video and see if you can figure out the equation of the blue line. So now let's take a look, see if you're right. So where does the blue line touch the y? And so it touches the y-axis right here at 0. And so you could write plus 0. So now you got to figure out the slope. So to figure out the slope, just go between the 2 points. How much do you have to go down? How much do you need to go to the right? And so you'll see that in order to graph that, you need to go down 2 over 6. And so now down 2 over 6 reduces to negative 1/3. So if I go down 1 to the right 3, I land on my y-intercept. Down 1 to the right 3, I land on my other dot. So that means that's the correct y-intercept. Or I'm sorry, that's the correct slope. So it's negative 1/3 x. And so you can write y equals negative 1/3 x plus 0, but the 0 really isn't necessary. So more than likely, you want to write y equals negative 1/3 x. And so now our last equation we have to write is the green line. And so the green line is different because the green line is vertical. And since it's a vertical line, notice it doesn't touch the y, but also it doesn't have a slope. The slope would be undefined. And so to write this one, notice that it touches the x-axis. So it's going to be x equals, and where does it touch? It touches at 3. So this line is x equals 3. So whenever you have a vertical line, to write the equation, wherever it touches the x, that would be the equation. Now if you were to have a horizontal line, where does it touch the y? So if I were to graph this one would be y equals 6. So whenever you have a horizontal line, it's just y equals the number it touches. Whenever you have a vertical line, it's just x equals where it touches. So our answer for this question is these three equations.